Alright lads, so this morning we did get news of the new resurrected characters. We already talked about that on the channel today. Recommend you guys check that out. But more exciting lads, you can see the title, you can see the thumbnail. If you've been part of the Discord, YouTube and Reddit community, you will know Burn the Witch Round 1, 2 and 3 is returning this week. In fact, it's coming out in less than 40 hours time, and in this video we're talking about the banner, letting you guys know all the goods and bad things about it, and is it actually worth summoning on this banner. Now in my opinion, I do think this is a banner that is really worth summoning on. It really depends on the type of player you are, if you want these particular characters, if you even care about them. Personally, I really do like the Burn the Witch IP of the series, and I'm really happy they're in the game. So of course I already went all in when they first originally released, but I know there are a lot of players out there that don't really care about Burn the Witch characters, and if that's your reason for skipping, I mean, that's fine. That's perfectly fine, right? It's your game. You spend your orbs. That's the best way to spend them, right? But these characters are the rarest characters in the game. We don't ever know when they are going to next return. In fact, them returning this week is very surprising, because for the most part, the last 2 or so years since they have been introduced, the first Burn the Witch round, is that they only really come out at the end of the year, around October, November, December time. So the fact that we're getting a banner right now in June is not only, you know, smart on Chaos part, because this is anniversary orbs that you're spending. It's also really surprising because, again, they don't normally do that. This is the first time we've seen them release this early into the year. At the same time, because it is a rerun banner, you have all 5 Burn the Witch characters in one banner. That right there is already insane value. Never before have we ever seen that. When Bruno came out last year, he had round 1 characters in there, and then when part 3 came out, Part 2 and 1 characters were not with the Christmas characters. They had their own separate rerun. So the fact that they're all now returning in the same banner is really, really good value. Again, these characters are the rarest characters in the game, and at the same time, they have a lot of usability. These 5 characters, especially the later 3, Bruno, Christmas, Nene, and Noel, I use almost all the time. So they are characters that you are definitely going to use, and they are some of the most valuable characters in the game, considering that 2 of them are super linked characters, and every single character here of the Burn the Witch collaboration does come with 2 killers, making them usable in a lot of different content, especially for those that like these particular characters. There's always going to be a situation where you can use them. In fact, there's a Burn the Witch character for every attribute now, so technically you could get away with just using all 5 of these characters and never using anyone else if you really, really want to. But with that said, let's talk about the banner. So if you don't know, the banner is going to be dropping on the 10th of June, so in less than 40 hours time we are going to actually get it. Now, while this banner is out, keep in mind it's going to be here for 9 days until the 19th of June. During this time, we are going to get the mid-month banner, and we also might potentially get an arena banner. It was supposed to get announced this morning, but maybe they pushed it back a day or 2, so the arena banner might also get announced in a couple days time. We're not really sure how they're going to do that, but either way, regardless, when this banner is out, we are going to have, you know, the potential arena banner, and we are also going to have mid-month. Now, I'm not sure what mid-month is going to be, but I highly doubt it's going to be characters better than these 5 at the very least, or have more value than these particular 5 characters. Additionally, looking at the filler characters, what you can see here, of course, you have all 5 Burn the Witch characters, and alongside those 5, you have 4 pretty decent characters actually. You have the Christmas Aaroniero, she's really good, and she also is a normal Link sort character. You have Chad, very powerful guild quest character for the million star per week of guild quest, and he also does have a specific stage in the Iceberg Perseverance Tower. You have Odayu, who is probably like the least valued character. He is a premium character at the end of the day. He is actually somewhat decent, and you can use him, although most people watching this video will never really get a use out of this particular character unless you really do lack speed and rank killers. And then Momo, probably the worst character in this banner, but at the very least, she is a Linkso character, so if you are missing a speed Linkso character, and you don't, let's say, pull Noelle, for example, in this banner, because she also is one, then I guess Momo can be used to review. But with that said, let's talk about the 5 main banner characters. We have 5 Burn the Witch characters to talk about. There's a lot to say. So first, we have Nene. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that all these Burn the Witch characters, none of them are immune to any stat elements, which really does suck, but I guess that's just the standard caliber setup for these Burn the Witch characters. Now, Nene is a technique no affiliation character with the Aaroniero, and also no affiliation kill ability. She has a pretty good damage output with a 60% Berserker, and does have some good strong attacks with the Havoc. SA1 is a pushback attack, really good in like Senkamon content, for example, can do a lot of damage, and it is the upgraded version of this strong attack. Now, if you've been playing for the last 2 or so years, this has kind of been the norm for this type of attack. Before it used to be worse, she was one of the first characters to get this type of upgraded version of that SA1, but it does do a lot of damage, and it can easily push back a lot of enemies. Her SA2 also is like a vacuum vortex that pushes them out too, does provide the team with a 1-hit barrier for themselves and a 3-hit barrier for herself, and then her SA3 is just a 4-screen attack. Unfortunately, she doesn't affect any stat elements, but the damage output that she does have, she is providing the team with a shield. She's an overall very solid character, especially considering the fact that she also does have 2 killers. But out of all the Burn the Witch characters, she probably is the worst one. But that doesn't mean she's bad, because the next character is the mind version of Noelle. Now, the best way to describe this character is that she just does non-stop strong attack damage, she has no utility, and no survivability. But that doesn't make her bad, because she has an 80% Berserker. Now, keep in mind, she did come out 2 years ago. That's actually really good. And she also has really good strong attack. So SA1 being a beam forward, although it does have a slow charge up time, it's still a good strong attack nonetheless. Pretty much one of the best SA1s in the game. SA2 is a distant AoE, again, one of the best SA2s in the game. And an SA3 is an above 4-screen strong attack. So kit-wise, she's really good, and the fact that she also does have, you know, a very high damage output, this pretty much makes her useful in a lot of different content. You can basically use it in 4 types of guild quests now. She breezes through Inheritance Zone, and even though she does inflict any status damage, she's still also pretty reliable, someone you can use in Inheritance Trials, for example. And Epic Raids, whenever she's a bonus, not sure when that is next going to be, she will also be a pretty good character to use it, especially if you do get dupes of her, because she already has a pretty high damage output. The more dupes, the harder she's going to hit. The next character, Bruno, the best, one of the best, if not the best arena character. Now, keep in mind, in Bruno's case, he is very good in PvE content. I still consider him the best power character in the game, but do keep in mind, he was also designed for Arena. So in Arena, he's absolutely insane. We've already showcased him in the past. He has the startup item pass 2. He has a very good strong attack kit. SA1 is a beam forward, a range collision beam, but again, not a bad one. SA2, distant AoE. SA3, above full screen. And again, in Arena, just really powerful. One of the better characters too. Does have Last Ditch. We has that extra bit of survivability. Also has a bit of utility with the fact that he does have a 50% chance to dodge Soripers. That's really relevant in PvE and also Arena content, for example. And because he does come with 2 killers, that being Soriper and Aranka, again, it makes him useful in a lot of different content, especially like 2 potential months of Inheritance Trials. In Guild Quest, you can use him in 4 types of Guild Quests. Now, keep in mind, he does come with Bombardment and also Weaken him, and this makes him one of the hardest hitting characters in the game. And if you are someone that can hypothetically get this character max transcended, maybe not in this banner, but in the future, you can basically do like sub 5-second runs with this character in the hard difficulty of Guild Quest, and we've showcased that multiple times. He does have a 40% Berserker, which definitely is on the lower end. Again, it's still actually really good for what he does offer for your account. He has a lot of usability too, but you know, compared to some of the new characters coming out nowadays, damage-wise, he is lacking just a tad bit, but again, everything he has going for him just makes him really useful in a lot of different content. It's also Bruno. He's a really cool character. Personally, my favorite of this entire collaboration. And then we move on to the next 2 characters. Round 3 of Burn the Witch, the Christmas versions. Now, these 2 characters are the most valuable characters in pretty much the game, right? They're the 2 rarest characters in the game, and they also are super link slot characters. So by bringing them into Inheritance Trials, you're getting 5 additional link slot potions and also 5 additional super link slot potions. Just like Grimjaw, for example, these were the first 2. So if you are someone that wants to farm a lot of super link slot potions, getting your hands on Noelle and Nene are going to be really good, because these 2 characters have both been designed to be used in Inheritance Zone because they do have that skill, and at the same time, just like the other Burn the Witch character, they both come with 2 killers. So Noelle is a speed character with the hollow and also no affiliation kill ability. Again, once more, that makes her very useful on a lot of different content because she does have 2 killers. She has a pretty high damage output thanks to a Berserker, and the fact that when you do inflict a status omen, you are getting that spiritual pressure boost plus 80%. And keep in mind, she does have an increased chance of inflicting a status omen against both hollow and no affiliation enemies. So what that means is that, again, for the 2 potential months of Inheritance Trials where you can use her ideally when she does have killer, she's going to be constantly inflicting status summons, and that makes her really good. And because she also does have weakening on all of her attacks, and the fact that she does have bombardment, she is the hardest hitting soul bomb in the game. So again, once more, if you hypothetically get this character max transcended, you can easily do like sub 1 second runs in the hard difficulty of Guild Quest. You can potentially use in any epic raid you want to and do a lot of damage with that soul bomb. The spiritual pressure boost with weakening, give her potentially weakening defense, and also the fact that it does have bombardment makes her such a powerful nuke for any content you really put her against. So she's a very valuable character. Personally, one of my most used speed characters in the game. High value character with a lot of usability again in Guild Quest, epic raids, IT, because she is a link slot character, a super link slot character that you're always going to be using her when farming potions, for example. And the same can be said for Nene. Nene is a heart character with the Soripa and also no affiliation kill ability. Just like Noelle, she also has the skill increased chance of inflicting a status summon against 2 affiliations, the one she has killer against. And for Inheritance Trials, for example, where you do want to use her because she is a super link slot character, it means she's going to be more useful compared to your average character that only has 1 killer. And when she does have killer, she is going to be the best option there because she's constantly inflicting status summons. Alongside alongside the fact that she does have that skill with the increased chance of inflicting status ailment, every 5 seconds she has a 12% chance of inflicting status ailments, and she also does have Frenzy plus 2 with a Vortex SA2, so 4 Nenes in a lobby, especially when it is Super Killer IT, you are just non-stop inflicting status ailments, and she does have weakening. It's a very good status ailment, and overall she also has a pretty good damage output with some good strong attacks. So again, once more, Nene's also really good in a lot of content you put her against, more specifically inheritance trials. You can use inheritance zone to farm potions too. So once more, just like Noelle, really high valued character with a lot of usability, especially if you use it in the right content, and she is going to make farming super links or potions a lot easier, especially when she does have killer, which considering that she has 2 killers, there's going to be a lot of times you are using inheritance trials to farm super links or potions. So overall, all things considered, this is again a pretty high valued banner. You have 5 of the rarest characters in the game only coming back for around a week's time, 2 of them being super links or characters. We don't know when these characters are going to next return, so if you do decide to summon on this, you know, spending your potential anniversary orbs, I don't blame you. For me, it's an easy skip, mainly because I do have the Christmas versions of Noelle and Nene and also Bruno Max Transcended. I can kind of skip with ease, but even then, I'm still tempted to summon because I do want to get dupes of the Mind version of Noelle and Nene. And I also am lacking Aaroniero and Chad, who I would happily pick up on my account if I could potentially get them. So I might do the first step. My side account, I think I'm going to do a few summons because, again, the value here is just insane, especially if you are a new player. If you are someone that doesn't own any Burn the Witch character, I say do 5 steps minimum. It's just worth it. Again, anniversary is coming up. Sure, there's going to be some exciting and high valued characters there too, but we don't know if any of them are going to be super links or characters. We don't know how good they're going to be, right? Assuming they're going to be good, they pretty much guaranteed are to be amazing, but at the same time, the value here is definitely there. And it comes down to you if you want to spend orbs on a banner like this. So in the console, let me know if you are summoning. It's a 25-step banner, 6% rates, 4.5% chance to get one of these 9 characters. So basically just a normal standard step-up banner, right? But with that said, if you lads are summoning, I wish you luck. Hopefully you get what you want in a very short amount of steps. And again, let me know in the comments below if you are going to be summoning. With that said, hope you lads enjoyed the video. I'll see you lads next time. Peace.